This is the Eastern Business Report, which is designed to bring you up to speed on business activities and policies affecting businesses and the economy of the southeastern region of Nigeria. It comes right after global business on the Afia Business Morning. On today's edition of the Eastern Business Report, we will be looking at Enugu CNG development and deployment. My name is Ubong Kings. Welcome to the Eastern Business Report. Welcome back to the Eastern Business Report. And like I did say before the break, on today's edition, we are looking at Enugu CNG development and deployment. And this is in relation to quite a number of things happening in the country with reference to the CNG space. And joining me on this conversation is none other than Engineer Charles Ameja Chikuka Dibia, who is the project director, Authentic Dream Company Nigeria Limited. It's good to have you join us in the studio. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Nice having you.
Yes, as always. You know, I know the last time I had you here, we did some extensive analysis of how far so far, as far as Enugu state is concerned, with reference to CNG. But right now, let's have a holistic picture. Nigeria generally, where are we as far as development and deployment of CNG is concerned?
Oh, thank you very much. Nice having me again on the platform. Yeah, when it comes to CNG so far in Nigeria, I think we've done appreciably very, very well from where we were the last time during the program here. Yeah, I'll just go back and let's just say we're rolling back like 4 months ago. What's happened so far? The federal government has been able to do a whole lot. Like that was sometime mid last month, towards the festive period, the federal government brought in like 12 mobile refueling units into the country. And I can tell you that Enugu is privileged to have one of them this time around, unlike when we said we went in the loop of things, you know. And a big kudos to our able governor. He's done so much within the CNG sector. And I think the federal government has recognized that, and they're beginning to tilt towards investing in the CNG infrastructures within the state as well too, and other things. Yeah. Then earlier this year as well too, the federal government, because of a few challenges we had last year, some gas explosions and other things like that, going what was related to CNG. So this year they rolled out a very comprehensive monitoring system that we call the National Gas Vehicle Monitoring System, as we rolled out to checkmate the implications and the applications of CNG, right from the point of importation to the point of conversion. That has right now, for the first time, we now have the Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology given the authority by the federal government to be the accrediting body for conversion engineers. So now, before you can convert or call yourself a convert engineer, you must be certified by this particular board. Unlike what we had the previous years, which ran relatively randomly, we had a few people. Once you get it, once you acquire the skills, you start doing it. But now, I think it's more organized and moving forward, I think the CNG space will be more controlled and we'll see less accidents around the sector as well. Too.
Okay, now let's look at quickly Enugu State. Yeah. You say it generally now. Enugu State, where are we?
Enugu State, I think we've done. I think Enugu State has exceeded my expectation in the shortest possible time. You know, as last time we spoke here, we still hadn't any CNG refueling units in Enugu. But as of today, I think we have 3 already in Enugu. Yeah, our governor has done so much. He was able to partner with the Greenville Energy, somewhere around Ubong. They built a data station there already, which is already functional. And they're building a mother station right beside it. It's taking as a gradual process. And like I said earlier, the federal government was able to release an MRU to Enugu, somewhere around the MNA, that's a Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology, outlet. So they have a mobile refueling unit there as well to serve the Enugu populace. And they equally have another MRU, this time by private sector, Amara Oil and Gas, in Enugu as well too, you know. So these are And the last time I visited the Ministry for Works, we had to discuss extensively what they've been doing. I think I'll give a big thumbs up to the Honorable Commissioner, Obiozo. He's doing so much. I think he's championing the CNG sector when it comes to Enugu State here. The last time we spoke, I think they had, the Enugu State, out of the 300 vehicles, CNG vehicles they were about to import, 100 of them has already arrived in Enugu. And this 100 that are already in Enugu would be used at the new bus terminals being built. And we've had a tour at those terminals. And I saw there was good of spaces mapped out for CNG refueling stations within those bus terminals, just as they have for fuel refueling stations and electric vehicles inside those stations, inside those terminals as well too. So he has a space as well for CNG there, and he's already brought in the buses required to plan that route. And there's something remarkable about what the Commission and the governor did this time around when it comes to CNG sectors. A lot of other vehicles from the contract they signed, we're expecting a lot of other vehicles, CNG powered vehicles. But what they did this time around that is exceptional is that the rest of the vehicles coming into Enugu State won't be coming in a whole form. They will be assembled in Enugu State, thus creating an employment opportunity through the CNG sector for the Enugu populace as well too, which is a very big thumbs up. And I think we're getting there gradually.
I like the way you say it. I started smiling because this is what we have been talking about for almost like 3 months now. And following up on this, but how would you rate the present? How would I put this? Assimilation or acceptance, as it were, of Enugu to CNG right now?
Yeah, for now, it's still low. For now, it's still low. The awareness is still low. Like I visited the Greenville early last week. So I was trying to ascertain the level of consumption there. On getting there, I saw some vehicles being refueled, So when I was asking them, got discussing and talking, I found out that, they do sell, but most times, passengers on transit coming in and out of Enugu indigenous per se are not patronizing yet because they are very, very, the awareness is not there. But I think we have a whole lot we're doing, and we'll be aligned as well with the Ministry of Transport in achieving a whole lot. And one of the first things we'll be doing, we'll be rolling out a very robust training and campaign as well too, when it comes to the CNG sector. So I can create some awareness, and at least when we see some vehicles rolling out there on the streets, CNG powered vehicles, and we'll see, okay, for instance, when I visited the Greenville, I was asking them about the price ranges at which they sell the CNG. And I think they sell for 455 naira per litre. That's per SMC. So which is relatively cheap enough when it comes almost, more than half of what we get for 50%, lot of 50%. So I think it's when it comes to the benefits, by the time the benefits starts rolling out, we'll start embracing it. And one good thing about what we're trying to do as well is we're trying to partner with the presidential CNG initiative as well too, so that Enugu people will be able to have access to these presidential kits that are being given to the commercial sectors, transport sector as well too. And we discussed a bit with the Commissioner for Transport as well too. And they've been doing a good work. They've captured the whole of database, and I think the transition has been made much easier by what the Commissioner has been doing so far. So I think we'll be getting there, and I think it should be like at a very fast rate.
Very fast rate. I'll just take a short break, and when we come back, we continue this conversation. Remember, we're talking specifically about, how well is Enugu positioned to tap into this CNG, they call it a well of wealth. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Please stay. Welcome back to the Eastern Business Report, and we're still talking Enugu's CNG development and deployment. And I still have with me Engineer Charles Amaja Chukwukadibia, who is a project director, Authentic Dream Company, Nigeria Limited. And just before we took the break, we talked quite a number of things, and let's get into something else that bothers most Nigerians, and that would be the fact that in recent times we have seen a couple of tanker explosions in Nigeria. I mean, some reported, some not reported, and there was one that was particularly gruesome here in Enugu State that happened. And the question that really comes to mind is CNG tankers versus regular fuel tankers. What's the difference? Are they not the same thing? I mean, if there was an issue, would that not also be pretty much as dangerous as regular fuel?
Okay. Yeah, actually, let's say, okay, I'll take it this way. The tanks are quite different.
Oh, okay.
That for CNG and that for the regular fuel is quite different. And at this point, I think we will have to understand the CNG a bit. CNG is a high pressure gas. Now, the tanks itself, we have a kind of dedicated tanks built for storage, for the transfer of the product. Same as for the vehicles as well too. These tanks are specially designed for this, and that is one of the challenges we have when it comes to infrastructure in Nigeria. We don't have the infrastructure needed to build those tanks locally. So that's why we'll still import them. And the cost of dollar and naira inflation really affects that. So when it comes to that, they're quite different. Now, the problem with but when it comes to the gas itself, CNG is far more safer and less dangerous than the normal fossil fuel.
Why do you say so?
Yeah, because CNG is CNG is much more lighter than air. And what I mean by that is this: if there's a leakage on CNG, it disappears into the thin air. Unlike the normal fuel we see. If there's a leakage, you can practically see it moving. And that's what the disadvantages are. Now, CNG is more like almost inflammable. For you to ignite CNG, we are looking at almost 500 degrees centigrade of heat. That means you can't even survive 100 degrees centigrade. That means before the CNG even ignites, you as a person, you're no longer even there. So it's almost impossible. That means you have to have that gas leaked in an enclosed place without a space for leakage. Because if it gets a space, it disappears because it moves through air. So for it to actually ignite, the place has to be sealed up entirely. So it's almost very difficult for it to ignite, unlike the normal fuel we're talking about. Yeah. And that is where the national gas vehicle monitoring system comes into play, because it puts into consideration these vehicles that are being used in transporting these CNG products. It puts into consideration those vehicles, their standard, and that is why we have the SON for the certification. Like there's one of the bodies, like the NITT, which is in charge of the conversion engineers, and they have the Nigerian midstream and downstream system for the gas stations. There was an incident that happened sometime, I think, I can't remember the actual state now. Before the gas is being refueled on the vehicle, the refiller will track the expiring date of the tank. Every tank has an expiring date. Nice. So part of the regulations to put in place is to this expiring date is boldly written on the tank so that it can be easily inspected.
Oh, okay.
Before refilling. You understand? So there are a lot of mechanisms being put in place to kind of address this kind of challenges we've faced so far within the fossil fuel sector. And mind you, the fossil fuel, these are fabricated tanks. We fabricate them locally here. And we don't actually know measures that have been put in place, the thickness of these tanks. No, but I can't say much about that.
Yeah.
So these are things, I don't know how we did it there. But this time around, I think the federal government is doing something entirely different about it.
Okay, now, just before we wrap this up, let's talk about availability of conversion centers in Enugu State. On one hand, this is going to be a two-pronged question. Availability of the conversion centers, and on the other hand, can anybody dabble into this business? I mean, like me, for instance, I see a business potential here. Can I jump into CNG, maybe have a refilling station, get federal government kits? You say it's free, Abby. Yeah. So, I mean, okay. Let's talk about that.
I think that's a nice one. I think this is an area the Enugu State residents needs to now tap into. The state government has done a whole lot. What I mean, they've done a whole lot. they've been able to provide the basic infrastructure needed as at this point, which is primarily the availability of this gas on ground. So Enugu State has a gas available, which is, I think that's the only state within the entire southeastern region that has a CNG refueling station for now. Enugu State has the only one for now. Now, with that being said, I think that has been the major challenge we've been having in this sector. Now it's available. It's now left for the indigenous, for individuals, for businessmen, for entrepreneurs to tap into the economic benefits of the CNG. Outside the cost saving when it comes to fuel and the cost of fuel, let's look at the employment opportunities that it presents. Yeah, Nigeria, the high employment rate and a whole lot. But I think we are presented with an opportunity right now in a fast-growing sector, which we can tap into various sectors. First among them is about conversion centers. The conversion centers, we have been trying to encourage the Enugus to invest in conversion centers. All it just takes is necessary accreditation bodies and what's up. And have one. And I believe you me, with the gas available now, we'll be seeing a high rise of conversion centers. Like and in the gas terminals, I talked about the transport terminals being built right beside them. The CNG centers there for refilling. They're having some mini conversion centers beside them there so that the works can be going per se. And then what we have what the state government is doing presently now, being able to assemble some of the CNG vehicles in Enugu State as well, gives us an edge. Then for us, we are as a private sector, we are tapping into the opportunity as well to by March this year, we'll be having our first CNG conversion training here in Enugu. And the whole idea is to be able to empower youths. These vehicles that are coming in, fragments coming in, needs maintenance. So you need skilled persons to maintain this. And just a center or two can serve the entire purpose. Now, from the last time I spoke with the Ministry of Transport, from what they've gathered so far, we have over 153 transport vehicles plying the Enugu State, and 50-something thousand tricycles in Enugu State. Now,
CNG power?
No, normal vehicles, normal transport sector.
Okay.
Now, those cars are potential for conversions. Those cars, so imagine 153, that means it needs enough skills to get those cars converted. And now the advantage you have over this is the federal government, through the presidential initiative, is rolling out conversion kits for these transport sectors for free. So as a body, as a conversion center, these kits are given to you if you, after meeting the necessary criteria. Now, if it's given to you, you need the workforce. And this workforce can only come through training and trainings. Like what we are doing with the PCN, part of what we're doing with them for our training so far, has been we're talking about creating a database with them. So people that passes through our training, whom are certified as well by NNIT, comes up on a database. So when there are these new conversion centers coming up and the need for skilled workers, from database, they can now start issuing out, recommending, so creating employment. So I think right now, if we as a state and as a region can identify this sector and see the potentials in it and decide to tap in, I think this is the right time. And we're not talking about just working within Enugu State, but if not outside Enugu State and beyond as well too.
I think that's a good place to leave this conversation this morning. I want to thank you profusely, Engineer, for coming. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
And yes, indeed, in case you're just joining in, I've been playing host for Engineer Charles. I'm Naja Chukwuka Dibia, who is, of course, the project director, Authentic Dream Company Nigeria Limited. And we've been looking at Enugu State in the light of CNG development and deployment. And well, on that note, this will be the size of the package on the Eastern Business Report. Thank you for your time. Once, twice, and a million more times if you want to follow us on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. All of those details right here on the screen at the moment at www.youtube.com/Afia Business. And while you're there, like, subscribe, and of course, turn on notifications so you get to know when we drop off content, one content or the other, right there on the channel. My name is Ubong Kings. Coming up next is Afia. Please stay.